Well, if you're old enough to remember local public affairs shows, then you know that they are few and far between these days. But we're lucky in the Triad to have Triad Today, a long-lasting and standing local television tradition that was the brainchild of host and producer Jim Longworth. Today, they celebrated their 1,000th show and brought in several special guests to participate. Everybody from Greensboro Mayor Nancy Vaughn and Winston-Salem Mayor Alan Joines to lots of local sponsors as well. Jim says it all started 21 years ago when he was back in town visiting, and he noticed something concerning.
I came back home to look after Mom and Dad years ago before they passed away. I was looking at television and all the local public affairs shows had disappeared. So I started that, and the first broadcast was on first week in October 2003. So we're almost getting ready to go into the 22nd season. And really pleased that not only are we on 2 broadcast stations, but now of course on your station, WFNY, streaming, WFNY Plus, which we really appreciate, and that's been great for us. But I think we're just trying to fill a void. You guys only have so much time on each newscast to cover so many important stories, and so we feel like we can sort of fill a niche of having people come in from all over, tell their stories with information that we hope will help improve quality of life for their constituents and for their patrons.
Yeah, safe to say Jim has had literally thousands of guests on the program, but he says there was one particular guest that's always held a special place in his heart.
Richard Petty was supposed to be on the show, and you know Richard from being with him many times. And Victory Junction Camp was about to go online, and so he was going to come on and promote it. The night before we taped, his secretary called and said Richard and Kyle had to go to Detroit for a sponsor meeting. We're sorry he can't come. So the next afternoon we're taping the show, and all of a sudden, here he comes. And he sits down, puts the microphone on, we tape the show. When it's over, we took the microphones off. I said, Richard, what happened? I thought you couldn't come. He said, well, I took a separate plane and left Kyle back in Detroit. I said, why would you do this? We've only been on the air for a couple of weeks. And he said, because I give you my word. Those were he said, I give you my word. And it still gives me goosebumps.
He had so many, we couldn't even fit the stories that he had, you know, in there. This show at one point won something called a Spectrum of Democracy Award, and that's for giving free airtime to political candidates. He's done it over the years. He's very proud of this, and I hope he has 1,000 more episodes. Really
1,000th show.
1,000
what
shows.
An exciting moment. And not 100, but
Yeah.
Right.
1,000.
I mean, that's hard for local or network TV shows to last that
Yeah.
long.
And I know, you know, as soon as you get out of college and you start your first job in TV, a lot of people will be like, oh, this is my 100th project or my 100th interview or whatever it may be. And just compared to what he's done, that's nothing.
Well, I have to tell you real quick, he started here. So he said when he was right out of college, he was running studio cameras here and working the night shift. He said he would literally clean up the studio after the 11 and get the Good Morning Show set ready for Lee Kindred.
Wow.
So that's,
That's awesome.
That's incredible. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
That's exciting. We'll see you at 4:30.